What is up YouTube? My name is Deshandi and welcome to the day 2 of the Steam Autumn Sale 2013. These are the new daily deals which we'll be covering in the next 15 minutes. Do remember that yesterday's deals are still ongoing on Steam for the next 24 hours, as all deals last for 48 hours. So yeah, we'll get new deals tomorrow. And as always, I'm going to cover all the daily deals as well as the flash sales, with new flash sales coming in 8 hours, where I'll upload the next video. Do keep in mind though, if you want to pick up the games when they are a big discount on the daily deal or the flash sale, do not pick games off of those sales unless it's the last day of the sale. So let's go on to the daily deals, shall we? They're not as good as yesterday's, but there's some decent titles ongoing here. Starting off with Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. This is the first one. 60% off for €5.59. It's a very good game. This was a very old game that was released back in 1998. This edition came out earlier this year in January, so it's an enhanced edition with HD graphics and such. Do remember that Baldur's Gate 2 is not included on this sale, it's just the first game. So if you haven't picked up the first game, it's the best time to pick it up with the second game. Very close on, or just released, and it's probably going to go on sale on the Christmas sale. It's a very good game. I'm a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons. I haven't picked the Baldur's Gate yet. It's probably one game I will pick up later on when it gets a bit discount. I just have a very short budget and I can't really pick all the games, so I have to make some choices, and yeah, Baldur's Gate unfortunately it wasn't one of that choices. Still, it's a good game. You definitely should check it out. If you're a fan of the RPGs and of Dungeons & Dragons, it's definitely a game you should check it out. Next, we have Don't Starve, which is 66% off for €4.75. This is a Hindi style game, mostly on a survival indie style game where you basically build up stuff. It's sort of like Minecraft and also Terraria in some sense. It's also different in other parts. You can buy also the 2-pack for €7.13, and the soundtrack is also included on discount, but why would you buy the soundtrack? And it also does include a new horror mode, which is the Screecher, which is included as a free content for the game. Is Don't Starve a good game? Definitely, it's one of the best indie games out there. Personally, the deal is not as bad. I think it's the deepest discount it's been since the game was released back in April. It does contain 30 cards, so if you collecting cards, it's one game you can pick up. Honestly, I'm gonna wait for a bundle or a later sale to get this game. It's a good game, don't get me wrong, it's just that the discount is not as deep as it could be. So yeah, there's that. Don't Starve, really nice game. Next we have, for me, one of the best deals of the sale. XCOM Enemy Unknown is 75% off for €10. Do note that the new expansion Enemy Within is not included on the sale, so you're just gonna get the vanilla version. Is XCOM a good game? It's a decent game. It has some issues with some bugs in release, but those are being fixed. It's actually a very nice game now, and I personally enjoy a lot of XCOM. If you guys don't know what XCOM is, it's basically a strategy tactical shooter game where you basically play as a secret parliamentary organization, which is XCOM. You are an XCOM commander, you try to do combat strategies and try and beat your enemies. It's a really nice game. For fans of the old series, you're gonna really enjoy it. It does have a more tactical combat and some shooting style abilities. It's still a good game. It's definitely one worth checking out. For the price it is. The DLC Slingshot Pack and Elite Soldier Pack are just extra weapons. I personally wouldn't bother with it. But yeah, this is a good time to pick XCOM Enemy Unknown. If you already picked XCOM Enemy Within, it's a really nice expansion, but it's not on the sale, so be on the lookout for that. Next up, it's a game I actually own, and it's because I bought it actually in a bundle. Dead Island, 75% off for €5. This is the Game of the Year edition, which includes all the DLCs as well as the Ripper mod. The franchise pack is also 75% off, as well as Dead Island Riptide, which is the successor to Dead Island. Is Dead Island a good game? Personally, I prefer the first over the second, just personal preference. It's not one of my favorite games that the multiplayer community for the game has pretty much died down, and yeah, it's not that good. There's much better games overall in my opinion. That's just my personal preference. I think there are much better games on. For example, one game I'm gonna be talking about later is Killing Floor, which is actually on sale today, and of course the Left 4 Dead 2, which is also on sale. So yeah, there are much better options out there, but it's not a bad game. per se, so if you want you can try it out, but honestly I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, Dark Souls is 80% off for 6 euros. This is actually one of the games I was hinting, it was at 66% off that would go down to 80%. Yeah, Dark Souls is a very nice RPG. There's a trouble though, you will need a controller to play this game, and very bad. Is it a bad game? Not really. It's just not. It's the fact it's on the controller. I don't have a controller, so that's why I'm gonna skip this one. But honestly, if you have one controller, if you like RPGs, this is definitely a must-buy. It's a very nice game. Is it better than Skyrim? No. I'll personally go select Skyrim over Dark Souls. But not to say that Dark Souls is a bad game. It's just not as good as Skyrim. That's all I have to say. And yeah, that's one of the troubles with most of these deals, is that they're not as good as yesterday's deals. Personally, in my opinion, yesterday's deals were much better, but yeah. Next up, Game Dev Tycoon is actually 50% off for 4.49 euros. Same price for Papers, Please. These are two good indie games. I actually played Papers, Please, and it's a very nice game. You basically play as a controller guy, border controller guy, and you try to select people who want to pass into your country. It's a very simplistic game, and it's definitely one worth checking out. At this price, it's definitely worth picking up. It's actually the cheapest it's been. Game Dev Tycoon is basically a game where you basically play as the head honcho of a company. It's really decent as well, and it's definitely another worth checking its price. Personally, I'm just gonna pass on them right now because 50% off is not the discount I want, and I might rather pick those up later in a Humble bundle. Who knows? Because there will be a Humble weekly sale in 1 hour. I'll be covering that when the next flash sales come up. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Finally, we have the last two games. Van Helsing, 66% off for 3.73 euros. This is a game I actually talked about in a previous video. This is an action-adventure indie RPG. You basically play as Van Helsing, a monster hunter guy, accompanied by his companion Lady Katrina. Do note that the DLCs are not on discount, so you might want to pick up the complete pack, which is actually 6.45 euros. It's actually cheaper to pick the complete pack because the DLCs are not under discount. So it's a very nice RPG, definitely one worth checking out. It's way better than the movie it's based on, which is something of weirdness, because usually the movies are much better than the games based on. But in case of Van Helsing, this is actually the reverse, so there's that. And finally, the final deal of the day is Final Fantasy VII, which is 66% off for 3.69 euros. If you don't know what Final Fantasy is, I don't know why. What are you doing? You're basically probably not a fan of games. Final Fantasy VII is probably one of the best RPGs of all time. It just got out recently a PC release from this old PS1 game. Really nice, and it literally looks very interesting. It's definitely worth checking out. It is a good classic. The game is dated though, but yeah, it's still a very nice game, still very good to this day, and definitely one worth picking it up. So yeah, those are basically the daily deals. Do remember that yesterday's deals are still ongoing for the next 23 hours, so you can still pick up other games. I'm gonna probably pick up Skyrim later on. Still, it's a very nice other game I want to pick up. Now, looking at the flash sales, there's a couple of good flash sales here, starting with Sanctum 2, which is 80% off for 2.79 euros. This is a tower defense first-person shooter hybrid, which is very nice. The first game was actually more of a tower defense, and in this second edition they actually improved it to a first-person shooter. The season pass is on discount though, so you might want to pick up the season pass, as it comes with some extra DLCs, 4 massive DLC packs. There's also a bridge skin pack, which is not included on the DLC, but honestly I wouldn't buy it. I just buy the game and the DLC and the season pass. Definitely worth checking out. I do believe Sanctum 1 is actually also on discount. I should probably check it out really quick. Let's see. I think Sanctum 1 is actually also on sale. Yeah, it's also on sale, 75% off. This is actually a week it's also throughout the entire sale, so you might want to pick this up like in the last day, but it's also on the sale. So yeah, Sanctum 1, Sanctum 2 are both good games. If you like tower defense games, they're definitely worth checking out. It's a really good game. Some prefer Dungeon Defenders. Honestly, I prefer Sanctum, but just my opinion. Next, Skullgirls, 50% off, 7 euros. Wow, that's the third time this game has been on sale. It's a very nice 2D fighting beat-em-up game. There's a 2-pack and 4-pack available for 50% off. Honestly, it's a good game, but the discount is not yet still good. I'll probably hold off on buying it right now. there's much better options out there. But if you like fighting games, if you like boobs, yeah, I had to say that. If you like boobs, yeah, this is the game for you. It's a very nice indie action game. Personally, I'm gonna wait for a bundle to pick this one up later, because I'm pretty sure it will come out eventually on a bundle. It's a very nice fighting game. There's really definitely worth that. Finally, there's the last two deals. Killing Floor, 75% off for €4.49. This is actually the other big survival or first-person shooter. Personally, I prefer Left 4 Dead, but just in my opinion. But Killing Floor is also a decent game, don't get me wrong. The bundle which includes most of the DLCs, is also 75% off for €10. Personally, I prefer Left 4 Dead, but that's just my opinion. But some prefer Killing Floor. It's the natural argument that exists between Killing Floor and Left 4 Dead 2, which one is the best. They're both good games. That's just I have to say. If you have already picked up Left 4 Dead 2, I guess this is a good time to pick up Killing Floor. If you played Killing Floor, you definitely should get Left 4 Dead 2. Both are good games, both are great horror games. Honestly, it's a very tough choice, because they're both on sale right now, but Killing Floor is like 7 hours, so you might want to pick up Killing Floor at this point. We'll see. They're both good games, that's just enough I have to say, and it's definitely a tough choice. Personally, I prefer Left 4 Dead 2, but just in my opinion. And finally, there's a game I actually picked up, System Shock 2, which is 75% off for €2.49. This is a very classic, old school sci-fi horror game. This is basically the mother of all other games. I just picked this one up. Really good game. I can't wait to try. I'm gonna install the game after I'm done with this video. I'm gonna try it out, because I'm really big fan. I actually played this game back in the old good days, and I had to pick it up. It was a very good discount, and I had to take advantage. So yeah, System Shock 2, for some reason Flash Sale says offer ends in 48 hours for some reason, I don't know why. But anyways, it's a good game. It's definitely worth picking the price. It does have some issues running on modern PC, so you might find some issues with that, but it's a really nice game. So yeah, System Shock 2, really good game. Sorry if I have some pausing. My mother is just calling me for dinner, and it's just annoying me with dinner, but you guys don't really need to hear that. So yeah, System Shock 2, good game, definitely worth picking up. And anyways, those are the daily deals and the flash sales ongoing. Do remember that the flash sales will last for the next 8 hours, the daily deals will last for 2 days, and you can still get yesterday's deals for the next day. It does include Skyrim, Left 4 Dead 2, Sleeping Dogs, Terraria, Walking Dead. Those are good games. I've actually been playing Walking Dead just before I started this video. Looking very quickly at the top sales, not much difference. Left 4 Dead 2 did climb up to 3rd place. Trials Evolution also got a rise because it was actually on the flash deal. It's probably going to fall down a bit now. But other than that, the top 20 hasn't changed much. The under €5 not much as well change. Same with the under €10. Do I expect some games to rise back into this list? Who knows? Dark Souls probably going to rise to 2nd place, right below Skyrim. Who knows? And yeah, new releases. There's a new release game ongoing, but I'll be talking about that on the next flash sale because we're almost out of time. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to suggest me some games for me to pick up, do place it in the comments below. And anyways, that's gonna be it for now. I'll see you guys in 8 hours for the next flash sales. Until then, this is Deshandy, and I'm signing out. Have a good afternoon, and enjoy the sales.